you can access the deferred comp before age 59 and a half without that 10% penalty that you normally get from an IRA, we'll say. So let's talk a little bit about how much this could help in terms of your taxes. What's the advantage of doing this? Well, let's imagine you decide to defer $50,000 this year, and you decide that you're going to be in a lower tax bracket in retirement. So you get this $50,000 bonus, and in situation one, let's just say you take it home. And so you take that $50,000, but you're making a lot of money, so you're in the 35% federal tax bracket and the 9.85% Minnesota tax bracket. And so that's 44.85% total tax. So your bonus after all of those taxes only ends up being about $27,500. So you're paying quite a bit in taxes there, but you know the long term and you know how to invest. So you put it in an account, and it's a taxable account, so there's some capital gains and dividends, but it doubles over 10 years and you end up with $55,000. Of course, when you sell at that point, then you're going to have to pay some taxes again. And so that's where you're going to have, let's say, 15% federal taxes, and then you're going to have the Minnesota taxes. We'll call those 9.85. And so there's another 25% or so that's gone. So that takes away another $13,700 in taxes, and it leaves you around $41,000 after 10 years. So $50,000 bonus, it gets taxed. You grow it, you sell it, and it gets taxed again. You end up with $41,000. Let's compare that to someone who does something a little more tax savvy. They get their $50,000 and they decide, I don't want it. Let's put it into deferred comp. It goes into deferred comp and it grows at the same rate as the other investment, and what do you know? It doubles. But this time you're doubling $50,000 because you didn't pay taxes yet. So now you're at $100,000. Now you take out that $100,000 and you have to pay taxes now. But you're not paying capital gains, you're paying ordinary income taxes, but that's okay because you did two things. One, you don't have a lot of income anymore, and so you only pay 25% federal taxes. And just to make this illustration extra powerful, we'll assume you move to a state that has lower or no taxes than Minnesota. So your total tax bill on that $100,000 is $25,000. So in this case, that person who used deferred comp ends up with $75,000. So option one, you take the money, you try to grow it, there's capital gains, you end up with $41,000 after 10 years. Option two is you defer the money, you pay no taxes, you pull it out in a low tax bracket, and you end up with about $75,000. So that's a pretty massive savings.